It is 2 minutes past 10 p.m. A very warm welcome to UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, coming to you live from the Nile Avenue. We started with President Yoweri Museveni, who has met and held discussions with Malik Agar, the Deputy Chairman of the Transitional Sovereignty Council of Sudan, at State House, Nekasero. Agar briefed President Museveni on the current situation in Sudan, and he updated him on security, political developments and the challenges the country is facing, as well as the efforts being made to restore stability. President Museveni welcomed the briefing and emphasized the importance of dialogue and regional cooperation in resolving the conflict. He noted that peace in Sudan is important not only for the Sudanese people but also for the stability of the region. The question of what truly works for Africa and what continues to hold the continent back has taken center stage at the ongoing African Union Summit in Addis Ababa. Uganda has officially assumed leadership of the African peer review mechanism, with President Yoweri Museveni represented by the Vice President Jessica Lupo. Museveni has pledged $1 million to strengthen the continent's governance watchdog over the next 2 years. Okurut has a detailed report.
What exactly works for Africa? What does not, and why? Those are the tough questions dominating conversations here at the ongoing African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. At the 35th ordinary session of the APRM Forum, President Yoweri Museveni officially assumed the chairmanship of the Continental Governance Body, represented by Vice President Jessica Lupo. Uganda takes over from the President of Algeria, who was represented by Prime Minister Saifi Grieb. In his acceptance speech, Museveni lauded his predecessor for strengthening the APRM's institutional foundations.
Africa's problem is not a lack of vision, but the persistence of binding constraints that prevent implementation from translating into results. The mechanism offers us a uniquely African platform to rigorously examine these constraints, learn from one another's experience, and move deliberately from diagnosis to execution.
Museveni outlined 3 priorities under Uganda's leadership: strengthening implementation of review recommendations, deepening peer learning on governance challenges, and ensuring sustainable financing of the mechanism.
The APRM should support countries not only in identifying gaps, but also in following through on agreed reforms, particularly through effective implementation of national programs of action. Secondly, deepening peer learning around Africa's critical governance and development bottlenecks. The APRM must increasingly serve as a candid and solution-oriented platform where countries share practical experiences. This includes lessons on public sector efficiency, service delivery, economic transformation, state resilience, and inclusive growth.
In a show of commitment, Uganda pledged $1 million to support the APRM over the next 2 years reinforcing calls for predictable financing.
I thank you for the confidence you have placed in Uganda and look forward to working with you all in advancing our shared continental aspirations. Your Excellencies, given the unique and cardinal role of APRM plays in enhancing governance in Africa and our leadership role for the next 2 years, I pledge United States $1 million to support the operations of the APRM in our beloved Africa.
The outgoing chairperson's representative commended Uganda's readiness to lead at a critical time.
This shows and demonstrates the confidence that we bestow upon this mechanism and the attention that we pay to this mechanism.
Ugandan leaders attending the summit say the endorsement reflects growing trust in Uganda's Pan-African voice.
This is a recognition of the level in which democracy has matured in Uganda, good governance, and the rule of law has assumed Uganda.
Everybody knows in the country that he has played a big role to secure our continent on peace and security, but also on issues of governance and inclusiveness in terms of putting in place laws, environment that are inclusive and participatory.
As Africa advances Agenda 2063 and pushes towards the Sustainable Development Goals, the APRM is increasingly seen as a guardian of good governance, linking peer accountability to real development outcomes.
So it's very important that in order to face this global trend, we have to develop our own continental capacities.
For Uganda, the task ahead is clear: transform assessment into action and ensure that governance reforms translate into tangible improvements in the welfare of Africans. Henry Okrut, UBC, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Thank you so much, Henry Okrut, for the update. Now, Patrice Motsepe, President of the Confederation of African Football, has dismissed fears of a possible postponement of AFCON 2027, which will be jointly hosted by Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania. He made the remarks during a press conference held on the sidelines of the CAF Executive Committee meeting in Dar es Salaam. Amon Ngabo reports.
Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda have released a collective sigh of relief after Confederation of Africa Football President Dr. Patrick Motsepe confirmed that the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations will go on as planned. This follows a week during which rumors spread of a possible postponement to 2028, citing unpreparedness in terms of infrastructure of the three East African countries.
There was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away the AFCON because our three countries are not going to be ready. That's totally unfounded. You know, sometimes, you know, I say certain things and the media just either say something totally opposite, or like in this context, that I am enormously confident that we will succeed. Will there be challenges? There are always challenges.
This was during a press conference at the Confederation of African Football Executive Committee meeting in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
The principle that has made us in African football to succeed is because I was very clear, CAF was very clear, African football was very clear, that we're going to work together despite any challenges, and AFCON next year in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda is going to be enormously successful.
The tournament is scheduled for June to July 2027, and Uganda is expected to host two group games at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, and Hoima City Stadium.
First of all, CAF, the Confederation of African Football, had confidence in awarding Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania to host the 2027 games. And the three governments committed and signed guarantees, which are very fundamental in terms of the due processes, and we also signed the host agreement. What we're now waiting for is a confirmation agreement. But there are a number of things that these three countries have already committed, and they're on the right trajectory. For example, if you talk about sports infrastructure, you tell me which country of the three member states in the Uganda arrangement is not committed in infrastructure development. Uganda has already unveiled a brand new stadium, Hoima City Stadium, with the quality value for money, within the time schedule nobody expected, 12 months. I've been seeing in the social media, Kenya has already unveiled Talanta Stadium. And I'm told this week, United Republic of Tanzania has unveiled Arusha Stadium. So definitely things are moving well. And when I look at the case of Uganda, government has provided the funding, and government is committed to the plan of action that we have presented and approved by cabinet.
These two will need 8 training grounds, of which 3 are already available, while the other 5's construction or redevelopment starts this month.
I'm aware that the UPDF Engineering Brigade have already taken care of the training facilities that has been planned and the mobilization for kickstart. Like I mentioned actually this week, not last week, Makerere University training ground is on track, and this Thursday we expect our senior minister to officiate the commission, which will commence the construction of all other remaining training facilities in the country. Hoima Boma Ground, Masindi Stadium, which land titles have all been transferred in the name of National Council of Sports, are all available.
Confirmation about the exact dates, which nation hosts the opening and closing, and the groups of each nation will be known in due course.
The clearances we want from government institutions like the Attorney General, Chambers, the PPDA are already being availed. Funding that is required from Ministry of Finance and Economic Development have all been availed. So what is the problem? I think this is a speculation I see in the social media politics, where maybe some people want to sabotage using negative publicity. But we are very solid, and I'm very sure soon, after the CAF pronouncement today, the 3 member states and the Pamoja will convene perhaps before the end of this month and make a pronouncement and confirm the readiness of the 3 countries. I am talking on behalf of National Council of Sports, but the local organizing committee chaired by the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports will make a statement soon and inform Ugandans on our readiness and way forward in terms of action plan and the roadmap. So we are solid. Unless you are asking us on the readiness of our national teams, which I will refer you to respective host federations. In the case of Uganda, the Federation of Uganda Football Association will give the roadmap.
Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBS TV.
Thank you so much, Ngabo Emon. Now, 99% of the candidates who sat the Uganda Certificate of Education examinations in 2025 qualified for the UCE certificate. The majority passed under Grade C achievement level satisfactory, meaning they showed adequate competence by applying the knowledge and skills learned to real-life situations. While releasing the results at State House Nakasero, the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, said that Uganda National Examinations Board, working with National Curriculum Development Center and the Directorate of Education Standards, will intensify monitoring of the implementation of continuous assessments in schools because the integrity of the CS scores is being questioned. Take a look.
It is now my singular honor and pleasure to release the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results for public use.
Uganda National Examinations Board under the Ministry of Education and Sports have released the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results. A total of 432,163 candidates registered from 3,975 centres compared to 359,417 in 2024. This is an increase of 72,746 candidates, representing 20%. Accordingly, 429,949 candidates sat the exams compared to 357,120 in 2024. Only 2,214 candidates were absent, representing 0.5%.
It does leave a lot of curiosity as to whether the competence-based curriculum that we have adopted for O-level has influenced learner retention in the system at this level of education, at this early stage of implementing the competence-based curriculum.
The overall performance shows that 428,628 candidates, representing 99.69%, passed in Result 1 and qualified for the UCE certificate, while 1,191 got Result 2 and 130 got Result 3.
Mama, Result 1 means a person who has qualified for the award of the UCE. They may be those who have got outstanding or exceptional performance, or they may be those who have got satisfactory, or they may be those that have got basics. All these have qualified and they are given as Result 1. Result 2, Mama, indicates that a candidate did not fulfill all the conditions for the award of the certificate. For example, a candidate may not have had a project score submitted, or a candidate may have sat fewer subjects.
The minister attributes the improved performance to teachers adjusting their methods to match the expectations of competency-based learning.
This improvement in performance is by and large attributed to the fact that teachers have adapted their teaching approaches to what competence-based instruction expects. The teacher is a facilitator of learning and not the source of learning. I trust that as we move further along implementing the competence-based curriculum and our teachers become more conversant, such better performance shall be consolidated.
By subject, the highest exceptional achievement levels were registered in Christian religious education and English language compared to 2024.
More candidates have achieved at higher levels of C and above in 2025 compared to 2024. Mama, this is quite also encouraging when we look at the sciences, where the percentages of candidates who have not achieved at least a D level has dropped very significantly. Mama,
female candidates performed better in English language and Christian religious education, but in other subjects their performance was slightly lower than that of the males. The UNEB chairperson Celestino Boa says a study conducted by the board last year to assess the benefits of the competency-based curriculum revealed gaps. He expressed concern that some schools submit continuous assessment scores that are not based on the actual work done by learners.
The teachers in this study expressed worry that some schools are submitting scores that are not derived from the actual work of the learners in the course of their learning. Mama, the integrity of scores is something that the board takes very seriously. Provisions have therefore been made to institute a rigorous monitoring and evaluation exercise in schools throughout the country to ensure that schools are adhering to the guidelines set by the board and that the scores are reliable.
At least 63 cases of malpractice were reported, mainly in mathematics and practical papers in physics, chemistry and biology. I'm Navka Farida and Dan Lugemwa in Kampala.
Still about the UCE results, schools continue to celebrate a very high pass registered in the second cohort of O-level examinations under Uganda's new lower secondary competency best curriculum for the year 2025 released today by the Minister of Education and Sports, also the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni at a function held at State House, Nakasero.
Candidates of Crested Secondary School in Makindi have attributed their excellence in UCE to consistency, hard work and focus.
Yeah, I'm so excited and I'm so glad that I've really achieved to this level. I've done so very well. I've only got A's and B. Yeah, I really thank the school for putting too much effort. We really thank the friends that we have collaborated with, and we really thank the school for creating a good environment, the teachers, each and every person that has contributed. We really thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm happy and glad that I've been able to achieve this level. I have been able to excel from my senior 4. I am grateful for my parents who have sponsored me. I'm grateful to God who has enabled me to be here right now.
The principal Kanoni Lydia Ibingira said the new competency-based lower secondary curriculum has greatly shaped students into innovators and problem solvers.
We thank God the students have performed so well. We are grateful to God, and we attribute all this to God because God has been on our side. At the same time, I want to thank the teachers, I want to thank the parents, I want to thank even the students who sat the exams. They did so well. They have been working so hard, and we've been working as a group. So we really thank God that this has come to pass.
She said all the 198 candidates produced excellent results, with the female candidates performing slightly better than their male counterparts.
For us here, we really emphasize the new curriculum as it is. We train students, we have debates, we have clubs, we have sports, we have renovated the whole place, we have got new premises. We are really ready for even this term. We call upon all parents outside there to entrust us with their children if they are to get a whole round education, because we invest in education.
At St. Chisto High School Namugongo, the situation was not different from other schools which performed well in UCE results.
By the power of God and by His grace, I've got 8 A's and 2 B's. I briefly thank my Lord Jesus because He has enabled me to get this. You know, it's not by power, not by might, but it's by the Spirit of God.
The teachers have been caring and they have been giving us all what we need. And I want to thank also my parents for paying the school fees.
The school's head teacher Ezekiel Kazwe attributed their great performance to God Almighty and the good relationship between parents and teachers. He said that 90% of their students managed to get A's and B's.
Behind the performance, I thank God above all for blessing us with this good result. God has been there for us, and He has always blessed us in whatever we do. We have an holistic curriculum that we are carrying on, which is we have a UNEB syllabus that we are carrying on. Then we have also the practical skills, where we emphasize skills, where we skill them so that they can be practical in future. But however much we are running those two curriculum, still our students are excelling.
At Light College and Vocational School Bulenga, the administration welcomed the great performance. The director, Prince Chiweru Mbuga, thanked the government for the new curriculum for the O-level students. He furthermore stated that the students were given hands-on training and got better practical skills. It was the same feel at Kingsway High School, as the school's director, Uthman Sewali, speaks volumes of the great performance.
The semi-candidates, miracles happen. Miracles what? Not on the last day. Semi-candidates, they are still candidates. Miracles don't happen in one day. So these people exhibited the consistency from day what? From day one. Are we together?
Bright Future Bwebadia also celebrated the great milestone.
Praise the Lord for this wonderful success we have obtained today. And also, I take this opportunity to thank my directors, Honorable Godfrey Chirumira, Manager Nat, thank you very much for being so supportive. We are proud of you people because they've been supporting us on time and everything you have been provided for.
First of all, I would like to say that my performance was mostly in part to my teachers and the support of my parents and the Almighty God.
At Mount St. Mary's High School, Kamengo District, teachers, parents, and students also jubilated. The school's director, Godfrey Senyonjo, said all the 227 candidates who sat for the examinations excelled.
Lucky that our senior 4 results are back. We want to thank the Almighty God for enabling us to pass higher than last year.
We are very happy because we are one of the best schools in the country. Our students have excelled. They have gotten A's and B's and very few C's. I want to thank the teachers who have worked so hard to make sure we get these results. I also want to thank the parents.
At St. Bali Kudembe Mitala Maria, the head teacher Annie Nadioka Bukenya applauded all the stakeholders for the great efforts, which has seen them achieve the success.
Together with the candidates who sat last year. Allow me to call upon the teachers. It's you who toiled. It's you who woke up early in the morning. It's you who taught at night. Academic giants. One thing I like about you, they are quite many.
Jubilations and ululations everywhere because of many students, 90% actually passing their O-level exams. Now, still about the same thing after the release of the Uganda Certificate of Education results for 2025, many will bring you jubilations of the performance from different schools up country. Take a look.
We are very excited as the entire family of Seat of Wisdom for what has been the results of our candidates of Senior 4, those that sat last year UNEBU 2025. We are very much excited that as the results have been released, it is a proof of the hard work and the commitment among the learners, the staff, the administration, and our dear parents as to achieve these good results. We therefore request our dear parents to entrust us more with a lot of students. We have a lot of vacancies.
In Lango Sub-Region, administrators of Wisdom High School in Koli District were filled with joy after a In Lango Sub-Region, administrators of Wisdom High School in Koli District were filled with joy after a
We're so sorry about the glitches, but about the release of your CE results, we still have more stories, and the release of the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education results has once again sparked debate about the understanding and implementation of the new lower secondary curriculum. As ordinary level candidates receive their results, key question persists. Do parents and schools fully understand the new curriculum, its grading system, and its assessment methods? Take a look as Emon Ngabo gets into the details.
Congratulations, the Minister of Education, and Uganda.
Following the release of the 2025 UCE examinations by Uganda National Examinations Board, many schools across the country have expressed concern and confusion over the new grading and marking approach. Unlike the previous system, where candidates were awarded numerical points and divisions, the new curriculum adopts competency-based assessment. Learners are now grading using descriptors such as A, B, C, and D, reflecting levels of competence rather than aggregated points. In addition, continuous all-class-based assessment now contributes significantly to the final score. At the official release of the results, the Minister of Education and Sports, through the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, emphasized that the new curriculum is designed to equip learners with practical skills, values, and real-life competencies rather than focusing solely on examinations. Museveni, Minister of Education and Sports, despite the challenges, early indicators show that schools which invested more in practical, hands-on learning recorded better outcomes under the new system. One such school is Hilton High School Mukono, which posted impressive results in the just concluded UCE examinations, highlighting the potential successes of the competence-based curriculum.
And what makes Hilton High School special is the curriculum we offer. We follow up the children, we move with them to all stages, but not only that, we make sure that we discover whatever seed that is still planted and can germinate through a child. And what makes Hilton special is, one, we have the facilities in the school. The school is endowed with all facilities. The structures, as you can see, everything looks marvelous. Number two, the human resource. We have the staff that can deliver to the best of their ability.
As Uganda continues to transition into the new curriculum, education stakeholders are calling for more sensitization of parents, teachers and learners to ensure a smooth understanding and full realization of its intended benefits.
We want to appreciate God because, again, He has made it for us. 2025, our candidates excelled. They have passed with A's and B's and want to glorify God upon this achievement. I want to thank the parents for the sponsorship and the support they have rendered the school. I want to appreciate the staff for the work done towards these children, and more so the candidates for the resilience and hard work exhibited that produced the results that we have.
What makes you to nice?
For UBC News, I'm Sudat Kaye.
39 inmates from the Upper Prison Inmate School have met their mark in the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examinations, with all of them passing despite challenges in adapting to the new curriculum. Take a look.
Of academic excellence, 39 inmates from Ruzira Upper Prison Inmate School sat for the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education UCE exams, with all passing successfully. The students who had registered for the exams demonstrated significant improvement compared to previous years, despite facing challenges adapting to the new curriculum. The head teacher of the school praised the students' achievement, acknowledging the difficulties they faced with the curriculum changes.
I am happy that all of them passed in result 1, meaning they all qualified to get a UCE certificate, but also to join A level. I am happy that compared to 2024, Our candidates being a pioneer class, we had a few class, a small class. We had 27. We had registered 28, but 27 managed to sit, including one lady. But they all passed also. They all qualified to get their certificate. But what is different from 2024 is that in 2024 we had 7 E's, and for this year we only have 1 E, which is an English subject, and the rest have B's, C's. So they all qualify for A level. They have combinations according to the little I have looked through. And I'm happy that they are going to continue. They are committed men and ladies. So I'm happy that they are going to continue studying. Those ones will be still having years with us.
Who is the best? The group of students, which included 4 women, had 1 student discharged before the exams, leaving 39 to sit. 3 of the 4 female inmates passed.
The female enrollment vis-a-vis the men, one is that, of course, also when you look at the lockup, the ladies are few. Here we are many, and the ladies' side they are very few. But also, ladies have unique challenges. They are more attached to their families, especially their children they leave behind, compared to men. When men are inside, most of them they feel safe that the children are with their mothers, compared to women when they are inside and they've left their children behind. You find that they always want to hear how their children are doing, and that one at times disturbs them when they're in school, they get off. But also, I want to say that we have also some other rehabilitation programs where they are involved, like crafts, liquid soap making, and others. So it's not that those ones are not in school, they are just there wasted. They have some other vocational programs they go through, including saloon.
Inmates who spoke to UBC TV urged others to take advantage of the free education offered at the school, encouraging them to enroll and better themselves.
When they are brought here, they feel like this is the end of life. So we guide and we counsel them, and we always tell them that there's life after prison. So we always talk to them. Actually, all the teachers, because here we have 2 categories of teachers. We have the inmate teachers and also the ministry teachers. So all of us, we do collaborative effort to make sure that they attend and they continue studying in the school.
Actually, the new curriculum is a very good curriculum because you as a learner, you have to engage yourself deeper in finding out what is needed in the class. And with project work, I did book binding.
The impressive results are a testament to the dedication of the school's teachers and students who have worked tirelessly to overcome obstacles and achieve academic success. Robert Katamba reporting for UBC TV News in Kampala.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Jananiluwum Day is a public holiday in Uganda, annually celebrated on 16th February. It marks the day in 1977 when former Archbishop of the Church of Uganda was martyred for his courageous stand against human rights abuses during Idi Amin's regime. The 49th commemoration of St. Jananiluwum Day will take place under the theme Anchored in Christ for Stability, Peace and Unity in Muchwini Sub-County, Kitgum District. Don't miss the live event on Monday 16 February 2026 on UBC TV.
Across Tilenga's host communities, families are accessing transformative opportunities. Youth are gaining practical skills that lead to employment. Farmers are getting improved yields and stepping into profitable value chains. Local businesses are joining supply networks once considered beyond reach. Women are accessing programs that open new opportunities and strengthen their voices and well-being. Families are benefiting from improved infrastructure that makes access to essential services easier, faster, and more affordable. Communities are shaping decisions, ensuring development reflects their needs. This is progress you can see, feel, and live every day. It is real shared value, where communities do not simply live near development, but experience it in their lives. And it's about growing together and building a future rooted in sustainable development.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. And in our business stories, Ugandan software engineers under the umbrella of Marifasasa have partnered with Japan's academia group to foster business processing outsourcing arrangement. The two software engineering companies intend to bolster knowledge transfer and curb youth unemployment. Take a look as Luwama and Rogers report.
The rubber-stamped collaboration between Uganda's Marifasasa Limited and Japan's Academia Limited, both software development entities, aims to deliver AI-enabled agile software services to strengthen Japan-Uganda digital cooperation.
It allows for us to communicate in English, and our counterparts in Japan, the engineering team on Japan side, will be seeing what we send in Japanese, and they're able to communicate in Japanese as well, and we shall be able to see it in English. And this makes this collaboration possible.
Ugandan software developers are expected to design startups that are compatible with the Japanese market.
Academia is utilizing the AI. The AI is a big friend of the ICT industry. And the academia is trying to solve the issue or barrier and the business matching between Japanese company and the Ugandan company to utilizing AI and utilizing the translation system with AI.
Under the business processing outsourcing arrangement, many Ugandans will be able to apply and secure jobs from Japan through online working contracts.
For us to be able to compete globally, our engineers need to be able to upskill. And the best way for them to upskill and to improve their skills is by working with engineers from more developed markets.
Because you have very huge, as I said, you have a very huge population of the youth, and also with a huge passion and also energy. So now Japanese companies are looking at the Uganda or Africa, other African countries as not as a partner or partnership or the partners of the collaboration.
Uganda is grappling with limited funding for development of software and unclear capital investment channels, challenges that have left many youth unemployed. This collaboration is set to address some of these issues.
But if you focus and if you can work for Japanese market using the translational chatting system, they can have a great chance to get the jobs. So half of the graduate student, one university, so can have jobs. And as he said, yes, Uganda have a kind of 10,000 jobs very quickly. I believe it.
The partnership establishes a framework for the joint delivery of AI-enabled multilingual agile software development, workforce development workflows, and provision of Uganda-based offshore engineering services to Japan companies. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
So muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Welcome to the last segment of UBC News Tonight today. And of course, in our sports stories, the Uganda Olympic Committee has held its 10th graduation ceremony for the Sports Administration course and the Advanced Sports Management course at its offices in Lugogo. John Banson Temo reports.
A total of 727 students graduated, including 662 from the Sports Administrator course and 65 from the Advanced Sports Management course. The milestone reflects the committee's continued commitment to strengthening professionalism and leadership in sports administration across Uganda. The ceremony was officiated by Uganda Olympic Committee President Donald Rukare, who applauded the graduates for advancing sports governance standards in the country.
Outside there, many people think we are not educated, we are time wasters, we are thieves, we are always in conflict. Because what they see in the papers is a different story. Recently, I was talking to some high-level people just this week and last week, and they'll tell you, but don't your people, you have a reputational issue. So our hope is that you transcend beyond a piece of paper, but be an example of people who are professional, people who are of integrity, people who have purpose. Because within our ecosystem now, the new law is requiring that you up your game in terms of compliance, in terms of governance, in terms of reporting, in terms of financial integrity. All those things are going to catch up with us.
Angela Nanchinga and Jonathan Mungufeni emerged as the best students in their respective programs, earning a recognition for their exceptional academic performance and dedication.
I won't lie, it feels good, but it gives me a hint and a very great achievement to put the sports industry to another level, because I've achieved this as the best students.
The program was conducted by its director, George Wagogo, while the guest of honor, the General Secretary of the National Council of Sports, was represented by its legal officer, Diana Kwesiga.
We have quite a number of people whose eyes have been opened, whose minds have now been opened, who understand what sports administration is, and as well as trying to improve on their qualifications as well as their skills to be able to run the different sports organizations. So basically, I feel satisfied as a program director.
GS appreciates the fact that development starts with orienting your mind towards you building your capacity to be productive. So he appreciates that education is a strong pillar for not only personal but national development.
Officials say the continued training of sports administrators is key to building a stronger and more competitive sports sector in the country.
And that's all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the two bulletins, 188 and 10. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. From the team and I, have a lovely night and God bless. Enjoy your Valentine's Day tomorrow. And if you don't get flowers, plant some. Have a good night. Bye-bye.